Horrors of the Nazi gas chambers. Picture this: thousands of men, women, and children forced into cold, concrete rooms. They are told they're simply going for a shower. Moments later, the heavy metal doors slam shut, and the air fills with deadly gas. This is not fiction. This was the horrifying reality of Nazi gas chambers. The Nazi regime weaponized deception to carry out systematic exterminations. Victims were stripped of not just dignity, but of life itself in these terrifying chambers. Families were torn apart, hope extinguished. What led humanity to this abyss? Let us step into this painful past to understand the true cost of cruelty. The creation of gas chambers was the horrifying apex of industrialized mass murder. At camps like Auschwitz, Treblinka, and Sobibor, Nazis perfected a chillingly efficient process to eradicate lives. Zyklon B pellets, developed for pest control, became the weapon for genocide, suffocating entire rooms of innocent people within minutes. At its core, these chambers symbolize the horrifying consequences of a state driven by unchecked hate and racist ideologies. Each murder wasn't just a statistic. It was a father, a mother, a child, an individual with dreams, fears, and a right to live. Their stories force us to confront this unimaginable tragedy. The shadows of history often appear silent, but through survivors, its echoes scream to be heard. People like Primo Levi and Olga Lengyel bore witness to these horrors so the world would never forget. Their painful memories recount the shock, fear, and devastation of those trapped in the chambers. Levi described the gas chambers as a descent into hell, while Lengyel recounted the numbing realization of mass murders disguised as routine operations. Their words, though agonizing, hold the power to educate and remind us of our shared responsibility to uphold humanity in the face of evil. The Holocaust didn't start with gas chambers. It began with words, stereotypes, and propaganda. Nazis rebranded hate as patriotism, turning neighbors into enemies. Societal indifference fueled their rise, making genocide possible. Small acts of prejudice grew into policies, then into an unthinkable campaign of extermination. This history bears a pressing lesson. Silence and apathy can fuel destruction. The Nazi gas chambers remind us that tolerance, vigilance, and standing up against discrimination are not optional. They're necessary to prevent such catastrophic lapses in humanity from ever happening again. The ruins of Nazi gas chambers sit as silent witnesses to the Holocaust, worn by time but unbroken in their harrowing message. They remind us that we must protect history's lessons with unwavering commitment. Forgetting risks repeating. Remembering means ensuring that such evil is never allowed power again. We have an obligation to share these stories, educate the next generation, and challenge prejudice wherever we find it. Each of us has a role to play in defending human rights. Stand as an advocate for equality. Let history's pain move you to foster empathy, understanding, and active resistance to hatred.